Childhood was great. My family life was really good. Great mom and dad, brothers and sisters. I was a middle child, so reaped all those benefits of being a middle kid. And just it was good. I mean, there wasn't any kind of crazy traumatic incidents as a child or anything like that. Just it was smooth. A lot of playing soccer. I was homeschooled until the 9th grade, and then I went to high school, and then but it was a good childhood.
What was being like the middle child? What do you think's unique about that versus like the oldest?
It's cool. I mean, I got to be involved with my older siblings, and then be there for my younger sibling, and it was good. I enjoyed it. It was fun.
So you had a good relationship with your mom and dad?
Yep, very good. Very strong relationship with my dad. He coached my soccer growing up. He coached like recreational soccer, and then would help with the club teams, and I did a lot of travel soccer, and that was my life for a long time with soccer, and I really enjoyed it, staying in hotels on the weekends, and just having friends at the hotels was real cool being young at that age, and it was good. It was great.
So you're saying like no traumatic events growing up, like just pretty good, pretty steady, like?
No, it was great. No, nothing crazy, until I started to get into high school, and that's when things started to take turns and directions that I wish they wouldn't have.
Yeah. Before things took a turn, did you have like any dreams or like goals as a kid? You know what I mean, like you had for when you're gonna grow up, or?
I just want to be a professional soccer player. That was my only really dream that I had at that time. That's what I put everything into, was soccer. I remember being outside kicking the soccer ball against the garage for hours and hours and hours, and yeah, it was what I wanted to do.
Yeah. You were raised in like a Christian home, right? Like church and all
real
that?
Christian, church on Sundays, youth group on Wednesdays during certain periods of life, and yeah, it was very God-based family, I would say.
Are you glad you were raised that way, or do you think it was like forced, or what do you?
Yeah, no, it wasn't forced. It was, I think at a younger age, my mom sort of forced it a little bit more, but as I got older and stuff, she didn't force it as much, and she just recommended that you keep going to the Lord, for guidance, and don't steer away from it.
I'm sure you apply some of those same things now that you have your own kid.
Yeah.
So what you were a believer as a kid? Like when do you think you started believing in God?
I don't know.
I think you always did?
Yeah, I think I just always did. I just remember being young, praying, and I just always believed there was a God. There was some kind of, there was a higher power for sure, and that, to my belief, was God. And Jesus and the Holy Spirit was all real to me.
Yeah, we'll definitely talk about that, like your relationship with God through the different chapters of your life in this interview. But yeah, so when did things kind of take a turn? I mean, you can go into details as much as you want, but maybe dabbling with drinking or smoking in high school. Like when did that all kind of come around? Were you sheltered as a homeschooler first off? Like,
yeah, no, I wouldn't say sheltered. I mean, I spent a lot of time with the neighbor kids and stuff like that. I mean, it wasn't like sheltered in that aspect. It just was more so I didn't go to a lot of public school events because there was no reason for me to do so, and so that's where a lot of kids are exposed to a lot of stuff they shouldn't be, is public school events, just the school bus, those type of things. But I had neighbors that went to public school, and I was really tight with them since a young age. And so, but anyway, 9th grade I went to school. I was homeschooled up until then, and I went there to play soccer because I couldn't homeschool and play soccer on the high school soccer team. So I went to a high school, and yeah, it was a shock. It was different, and I hated every second of it.
Of the school part?
Yeah, of the school part, and I was so used to doing what I want, homeschooling. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot of schooling going on at the house, So, let's see. So
you're saying like your neighbors?
Yeah, they were a big influence on me. They're a little bit older than me, but they were a big influence on me. So anyway, 9th grade, went to school, started playing soccer, but then also started experimenting with alcohol and, you know, marijuana. And I remember, you know, when I got into those things, they brought me a lot of joy and excitement. And I don't know, I liked them. I liked the way they made me feel.
And you say, like, at that, what years were you in high school? 2000?
I graduated in 2008.
So about like 2005 or 2006 is like when you.
Yep, probably around there.
But back then, like, it was super common for
yeah,
everybody.
it was normal.
To be smoking.
Everybody partied. Everybody smoked bud, and everybody drank. You know what I mean?
Which is kind of different from what I've heard today about high school.
Yeah.
Like, it's not as common.
Right. But
I
it was
think-
very common. I don't think there was any kids that didn't. Maybe one or two kids, and one of those kids ended up doing really good things, like, you know, went to the NFL type dreams and followed his dreams. But everybody else, that's what they did. That's what we did on the weekends, and that's what was going on. But yeah, just a lot of partying and then getting in trouble, and of course soccer took the back burner, obviously, because I started partying, and that sort of wasn't my number one thing to do anymore. Partying was. That's what I looked forward to the weekends. I looked forward to drinking. I looked forward to smoking and just laughing and having a good time. That's you know. And I was a soccer player, but yeah, at the same time I was somebody or hippie, if you know what I mean, and long hair and the board shorts to school and surfing before school and you know. So that was just what we did in that era.
So you would, like, it wasn't just, you weren't trying to escape anything. It was
No,
just, like,
at this
the
time
feeling
it was only for fun. I wasn't trying to escape any pain or suffering or anything like that. It was strictly fun-based activities. That was it.